Welcome to the first episode in the Theory of the Bride series. In this series, we propose a set of ideas and interpretations that may challenge conventional understandings of Christianity and discuss the implications of these interpretations for our society and its future. The first thing you should know is that the heavenly realm is masculine and the earthly realm is feminine. The symbolism of earth and heaven has roots in ancient religious and philosophical traditions. This framework provides a unique lens through which we can explore the deeper meanings of masculinity and femininity, revealing why mankind is symbolically represented by woman in relation to the divine masculine. Just as Eve was derived from Adam, earth was derived from heaven. In the context of the Bible, Adam and Eve symbolically represent the dynamics between earth and heaven, the spiritual world and the material world, offering insights into the intricate relationships between man, woman, and God. Furthermore, we can draw a connection between the symbolism of Adam and Eve and the link between earth and heaven. Remember, heaven is the masculine realm, and earth is the feminine realm. Adam, whose name means earth, not only represents mankind but also symbolizes the earth itself. Despite being male, his name implies a feminine role in relation to God and heaven. In the same way that Eve was the image and reflection of Adam, so too is earth the image and reflection of heaven. In Hermeticism, an early philosophy that was closely connected with Christianity, had a famous saying, "As above, so below," and I believe that this ideology is connected with earth reflecting heaven, and how all that happens on earth reflects all that happens in heaven. The spirit world heaven, came before the earthly world. In the same vein, Adam, the man, came before Eve, the woman. Adam is considered to have been made in the image of God, and is his main representative, thus on earth Adam is a physical representation of the spiritual realm. Conversely, Eve is made in the image of Adam, thus Hebrew translation arguably says she is seen as a reflection of Adam, representing mankind, as it is mankind that reflects God. Additionally, though God is traditionally referred to as Father, he may have a feminine component, a wife if you will, who was taken out of him similarly to how Eve was taken out of Adam. However, though God is technically male and female, we still call him male, since his masculine component was created first and at one point encompassed the feminine component that eventually was taken out. Though God is generally addressed as he and him, God's wisdom is personified as a she and her. In fact, wisdom even takes an identity of her own and describes herself as having co-created the world with God and having been something of his helper. In Proverbs 8:22-31, a figure known as woman wisdom is described as being present when God was creating the world. These are her words from Proverbs 8:22-23.
The Lord created me at the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of long ago. Ages ago I was set up at the first, before the beginning of the earth.
There also existed an ancient Jewish Christian idea of Sophia, a name that means wisdom in Greek, being the wife of God. Let's examine another quote from Woman Wisdom.
Then I was beside him, like a master worker, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him always, rejoicing in his inhabited world and delighting in the human race.
Does that sound familiar? If we go to Genesis 2:18, God says, "It is not good that the man should be alone, I will make him a helper." Therefore, we can surmise that Eve was perhaps intended to be a representation of God's helper and wife, wisdom, and Adam as a representation of God. As above, so below. Before Eve received her distinct name, both her and Adam were referred to as only Adam, with the name Adam meaning man. Just as both God and God's wife are referred to as God. Now putting it together, man, who is collectively Adam and Eve, is described as the image of God, who is collectively God the husband and God the wife. Man is the image of and helper to God, just as Eve is image of and helper to Adam. Thus, looking at it microcosmically, Adam would represent God, and Eve would represent man. This coincides nicely with the fact that mankind was the final species created, but ultimately the woman, who represents mankind, was the final being created. Thus, on earth, mankind is represented not by the man, but by the woman.